So the mantra's always one game at a time. Now it's here. Have you guys thought about it? How much does it cross your mind that this is senior day and it's kind of coming to an end at home?
I mean, we've been talking about this probably like 5, 6 games ago. Like, it's winding down now. Like, got 4 more games left. We got 3 more games left. We got
Yeah,
two
like
more
last time in the
games.
hotel, I think when I was putting the tickets in for UCF, I was like, dang, I remember we used to come log in and just scroll down, you see the game. But now I just got 2K.
Yeah, it's surreal right now. Just knowing that I got to play my last game in Fifth Third on Sunday. I mean, we prepared for it though. It's gonna be emotional day. So
Especially for the championship, share of it. So I think it's gonna be a good environment for us. It's a good way to go out.
Can you guys both talk about like your individual journeys here? Like Justin, you had to work really hard to get to the position you're in, and came where you came from, Sacred Heart. Just one at a time, talk about what you've gone through to get to this point.
I mean, coming in as a freshman, you always think you're gonna play. You're gonna play major minutes and stuff like that. But I felt as though after a while I needed to go ahead and fall back from that, and just learn from the people in front of me. Like Troy, he was a great leader to me. I've been knowing him since I was probably like 10 years old, and just seeing him blossom into the player he is just motivated me even more just to stay in the gym and keep working. And everything, hard work pays off. So eventually, I got my shot.
Do you remember, was there a time when the light came on and you realized you have to do things a little differently or step it up a little bit?
Yeah. My junior year, we played UConn. I think I had like a terrible game, and I went back into my hotel room and I called my dad, and I cried on the phone. Like, I feel like I was letting everybody down back home, and I felt as though I was like being a big disappointment, and I just didn't. I was tired of it. I had to get back to the drawing board, get back to what I do best, and get back to working hard.
And that kind of changed everything around?
Yeah.
Because of what you've been through to get to this point, does this season mean more to you than maybe it would have otherwise?
Of course. Like I said, it's the last go around. I want to do great. I cross my T's and dot my I's on everything, making sure we do everything perfect. Even though it's not going to pan out like that to be perfect, but we get close to it.
Kane, what about you? You were a big scorer at Sacred Heart. You came here to play on a bigger stage, and you haven't been as big of a scorer, but you've made important contributions. Just talk about why you came here and how it played out for you.
I mean, I knew that coming, whether it was here or any other school, that it was going to decrease. Just stepping up a level, being around other talent. And I wanted that, to be honest. My first 2 years at Sacred Heart was great. I got to accomplish individual goals that everybody wants to accomplish in college, like 1,000 points, player of the year, and in conference. So I felt like it was time for me to, like, growing up, you don't really watch Sacred Heart on TV or that type of caliber team, which is awesome to be at and play at because D1 is D1. But you grow up watching our type of teams that we play for, like Cincinnati, the UConn and stuff like that. So being able to have the opportunity to do that, I just wanted to fulfill a dream of mine. So I wanted to come to a school like that and come to a school that was going to push me still, And of course, I wanted to start and score 20 a game, but it wasn't realistic when I got here. So you just had to find a way to contribute, and I felt like my 3 years here it helped me become more of a man and to just going through certain obstacles and having to find myself again after like being so big at one school and then coming to another school. And stuff like that has helped me, and I just feel like this year and last year has been like two good years of my life, and I'll always remember that.
Was there a turning point for you? Was there a point when you realized, you said you knew that when you came here that you wouldn't be that big of a scorer, but was there a game or a time in your stay here where you realized, I don't know, this is going to be a lot different than where I came from, that I'm not going to be the guy anymore? Was that an adjustment?
No, not really that part, because I was kind of the same situation in high school. Like my public school, I was a big scorer, and then I went to prep school, so it was kind of the same situation.
Yeah.
Like I didn't start my first year at my prep school, so it was I already was used to the situation. I just had to do it all over again.
I guess for both of you guys, usually point guards are pretty close to their head coach. So what does Mick mean to you guys?
Everything. I feel like he taught me a valuable lesson. Coming here and thinking that, coming from where I come from, thinking everything is just given to you. Which he never really said that to me, but, he gives off that vibe that, you got to come here, you got to earn it. At the end of the day, that's the biggest key to who I am today as a person and as a player.
Yeah, to go off what Justin said, it's a lot of people I feel like miss they see his like antics on the court and stuff like that, but it's more than he's trying to teach us more about life and everything refers back to life with him, and it's not just about basketball, it's about getting you ready to be a man, really. Like that's all it's about to him, and making sure we be able to sustain ourselves when we leave here and be able to go in the world and actually be able to conduct ourselves and be successful out there. So I think that's the biggest thing I learned from him and that I'm gonna take from him is that he definitely taught me life lessons to becoming a man.
Can you guys talk about just ending your home career in a game as important as the Houston game?
I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for me and Justin. I had an interview the other day, and in the interview I told him that I feel like, I don't know if I never even really talked to Justin about this, but I feel like in the last 3 years, as far as like seniors, we probably the most overlooked. So I feel like a game like this can help us be up there with the Detroits and the Garys and Kyle and them like that, and Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, I feel like just us leaving our legacy. I feel like like he said, being overlooked, and we don't mind being the underdog. We short, so I mean that's what we go ahead and we come into the situation like that anyway. So we always got that chip on our shoulder. So
what do you have to do to beat these guys that you didn't do first time you played?
Follow the scout report. Yeah, that's one thing we need to do is follow the scout report, making sure, like I said, we dotting our I's and crossing our T's on everything, making sure we do anything we got to do to win the game.
Is there something specific in the scouting report that you didn't follow the last time?
Rebounding and just playing Bearcat defense. When we play Bearcat defense and we really lock in, I don't think anybody can score on us as much as they think.
And what about last night's game? What do you think went wrong there?
Same thing. At the end of the game, we gave up a layup, we gave up free throws that we normally don't really make those errors. So we just got to get back to the drawing board today and realize those things don't happen to us, and they can't happen to us, or we won't be the same team, won't be the same defensive team if those things happen.
Justin, your final AAU season, you were probably not as good as you wanted to be, a lot of turnovers, and I remember after you committed, sitting in one of your games and thinking, Mick's probably going to kill him. How did you go from that guy that turned it over a lot and played kind of Baltimore playground basketball to a guy that's top 5 in the country in assist to turnover ratio and all the things that you've been able to accomplish this year?
Patience. I've been telling people, since my son been born, I've been having a lot of patience. So that plays a big key into me, getting singles instead of getting every home run pass. That's what Cronin been teaching us, making sure we make the right pass instead of the flashy play.
Kane, you kind of mentioned trying to add up to the previous senior classes that you guys have had here, Gary and I guess Jacob wasn't a senior, but what would winning or at least sharing conference title mean for you guys? I know you guys have ultimate goals after Sunday, but what would winning or sharing a conference title mean for you?
It would mean a lot, just to be on a team that won a championship, and us be the leaders on that team. Because we won a championship last year, and it will feel just as good. But at the end of the day, we weren't the leaders on that team. It was Gary, it was Kyle, it was Jacob. So us being the leaders on this team, it'll mean more to us, and it feel better to leave an actual championship behind that we were the senior class at.
You talked about when the end of the season started to kind of kick in, 6 games left, 5 games left. Was there a moment where you started to realize, like, wow, this is coming up faster than we expected?
Yeah, like we was just talking about this the other day.
Yeah, UCF in the hotel. Like when I was putting the tickets in, and I was looking, I was like, dang, like we got 1 game after this. And he told me, I think we was walking out actually to UCF. We was walking out into the tunnel before the game. It's like, dang, we only got 1 more. We got 1 more. Yeah. It's like, dang. It's not the end. We're gonna try to take it as far as we can take it. And just try to enjoy this day because me personally, I never had a senior night or my outside prep school, so they didn't really do that type of stuff, and he had one. So
yeah, high school. This gonna mean a lot more because now we're stepping into the real world. We're stepping into our own individual careers. So I feel like as two seniors, about to have their senior night, we're gonna have an exciting day.
Kane, your mom's been through a lot this year.
Next question.
What's that going to mean for you to have her walk out there with you on senior night and get to experience that?
It's gonna mean a lot, I'm thankful for my parents. Justin is thankful for his parents too. We got two great parents that they try to make as most games they can make. With all her little issues she had this year, she's been at every game, almost every other game. She was just down here against Memphis. She just flew in this morning. We went out to breakfast. So it's gonna mean a lot. Like I never had a senior night, so I never got to acknowledge my parents in the light that I should, because they do a lot for me. They did a lot for me to get here at this point, as far as like paying to go to prep school and stuff like that. So I feel like being able to acknowledge them with me is gonna be a big part of it.
So you going to cry, or you?
She gonna cry.
I told her that already.
I'll cry the last game.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.